Alright, so I woke up, I had my toast, I had my tea, and now I'm ready for my morning jank. How about you, Glitchwitch?
I was really hoping that you were going to rhyme with what you were saying, of just like I had my tea, I had my jank, and now I'm ready to show this blank, and I don't know the right word to describe the video game, because I don't know anything about this game.
Oh, good!
Hello,
You're
everybody.
in for a treat.
I'm Glitchwitch. I have really, I know about this game, but I don't know about this game. I just know this robot has a knife.
Alright, so real quick, the logo's about to come up. Let me know if you notice anything about the way the logo's displayed.
Okay, I'm ready. No. Wait, what? It's...
Did you see it clip through itself?
Okay, I might have missed that. But I was trying to figure out, like, what's this Rafi Chais?
So yeah, the logo clips through itself, and if that doesn't set the tone for this game, I don't know what does.
So is this? I can only assume, and I might be really off my intuition. This is a racing game.
That is correct. This is Cosmic Race. It's a really early PS1 game. PS1, I believe, came out in Japan December 94. This came out January 95. This is the first and last game from developer and publisher NeoRex, and we'll get into their history as we go on. But from the beginning, I just want to talk about this menu a bit. So it only responds to the D-pad and the start button. So that blinking push start button there, it is not messing around. If you try to hit the X button to select something, you might be like, well, that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Oh right, this is a Japanese game. I need to be hitting circle.
So it's not one of those.
No, is my controller working okay? And the controller's working fine. It's just you're playing Cosmic Race. That's all.
Turns out you're playing Cosmic Race, so it's not one of those games that says press start and then you press another button. It's like, well, okay, good enough. You did your best.
Nope.
Nope. You need to do it right.
Yeah, this game has some issues with controls, but first we're gonna get to what, in my opinion, is the best part of the game: the character select screen.
I mean, I know a little bit. I see the characters on your timer, and I'm very oh, that's a dog. That's a dog named Cyan Square.
Yep. So I actually had a friend who worked as a translator for a couple of years look at the Japanese manual for this game and like give me the rundown of what the characters are all about. So let's go through them one at a time. So here we have starter persona Cyan Square. He's here representing the planet Rectal, and no, I'm not going to repeat that.
I like his armbands that just say fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's the last survivor of the armored division Silverclaw. He's on the planet on probation as an immigrant after being exiled from his home star system for some or no reason. And despite all this, he's known for being bright and cheerful and a ladies' man, apparently.
Oh, I mean, just look at him. Of course he is.
Mm-hmm. Next we've got Kenjiro Tsurugi. I believe he's the representative of Earth. He's a sports prodigy with an affinity for judo, well-spoken and well-groomed, and apparently he has a bunch of people suddenly claiming to be his friend, which worries him a bit. Don't know why that's a critical detail, but okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
If that's okay. Okay, so the last person had like a weird smushed motorcycle. This is just a mech. This is not.
That's correct.
This is not a car.
It is not.
This is just like a Zaku almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the next guy actually has a car. So this is our advanced level persona _Eoclus Peldo. No, that's not the capture being cut off. That's just the game. So he's a representative of planet Tordel. Manual describes him as stoic, quiet, and a, quote, running dandyism. If you know what that's supposed to mean, please let me know.
That straight up is a car, and I like this one. This is someone who showed up prepared to race.
Yeah, and also he hates his middle name because it's too cute, but all his relatives I'll call him Cliss with a heart, so he's kind of stuck with it now.
Oh, his first name's Leo. It's not an underscore EO. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's actually supposed to be Leo, but it's cut off.
Fair.
And next we have, so hey, Kat, how do you pronounce her name?
I'm waiting for it to show up. Ayasha Kyuk.
Oh.
And they fly a propeller. What?
Yeah, so based on the kana in the manual, I think it's actually supposed to be Asha Kruk, but your guess is as good as anyone's gonna get with that random smashed together jumble of letters.
Those don't go next to each other.
They do not.
Yeah, these certainly are some anime eyes, honestly.
Yep, so Asha's from a place called the Punishment Star System. Her grandpa's the chairman of the Kruk Foundation, who owns around 8 colonies, and she's filthy rich, but apparently she's still adorable and honest.
Oh, right. Okay, so she's the villain, right?
Sure. I mean, what I'm giving you now is basically pretty much all the story there is. So, and then our last guy is literally just named Barbecue.
Who has his food truck that he drives around. It serves exclusively pineapple, from what I can tell.
Yep, he's the representative of planet Ural, and I'm just gonna quote from the translation I have of the manual. It says, not much is known about him, so I interviewed him directly. Ugagofu! He seems to be so nervous he's just not sure what to say. Gafu, go fa! You mustn't go to sleep too soon after eating? What does that mean? Fugo! Seems like he's satisfied, at least, in his own way.
I think this guy is... I think I'm on board with him now, with his pineapple van. Big fan.
Yeah, so I could play as that, but I've been practicing playing as Asha just because the front of her ship has a cute kitty on it, and it's like that's like the most important thing in the world, really.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, look at this picture that you can definitely tell what that level is. Here's stage 1, which is like this really weird image that we took from Google Maps that didn't exist in '95 and put it at the worst resolution possible.
Pretty much. So I'm gonna start the timer in a sec, but first, Kat, I want to ask you. So you're just picking up a PS1 racing game. So what button would you guess that you hold down to accelerate?
It's gonna be R1 or R2 is what I hit first.
Interesting choice.
It's the accelerator. It's probably on the trigger thing.
Well, you're close. It is actually on R1.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people guess it's square, and here's what happens when you just hold down square. Okay. Square is the plummet to the ground button.
Why is the plummet to the ground button?
So what's really going on here is you're moving around in like full 3D space. So triangle and X turn you up and down. Square and circle turn you left and right. The D-pad just sort of strafes.
Okay.
And then.
You're making this look playable.
I am. That is not usually the case. and the L1 button is your brake. It is specifically brake and not reverse. There is not a reverse, and this might come up later.
Oh, good. So what are we racing for on this track that does not have a name?
I don't know. I asked my friend to translate the story section of the manual, and he's like, "No, I'm not touching that. It's just filled with a bunch of nonsense terminology designed to confuse you and make it seem complicated."
Fantastic.
So your guess is as good as mine.
Perfect. Okay. We just drove by the wolf man, I think, with his motorcycle, and I gotta say that motorcycle really looks like someone took like a monster truck and just like cut it into fourths, and then says, "Okay, this works. Here's a car."
Oh, hey, if it works. Also something you might notice. So I'm in first, and he was another car in this course. There are no other racers that I'm running against. You're either in first or you're in second, and that's it. So you might be wondering. What's the deal with all these other cars then? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know if they're like other people having their own cosmic races. I don't know if it's just people driving out to the store to get groceries, and we're just street racing and getting in their way. I really don't know.
I tend to lean on this as just traffic, because people are driving both directions. It looks like. There is no one way on this racetrack. Okay, have we done a lap? I can't tell anymore.
There aren't really laps. You're just heading straight towards a goal.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I can't tell anything about, like... Are you good at this game?
I've had more practice than anyone should ever have at this game.
You might be the world's leading cosmic raceologist.
That is entirely possible. Okay, so I'm coming up to the goal. So the draw distance in this game isn't good. So the goal's just gonna kind of sneak up on me here. So I typically slow down a little bit. So the goal is like a physical object that's sitting there that you have to drive through. It is possible to miss it and then have to turn around. That's
bad. That's extremely bad.
It is.
This is a bad menu too. What is the beater?
To replay the other reason this is a bad menu is most of the menus in this game only respawn to start. If you hit start here, you'll just go back and have to complete the track you just beat all over again. The correct button to hit here is X.
This is, as someone in chat says, here comes the start trap. Okay, so that was stage 1, course 1.
Yep.
Is there... How many courses per stage?
3.
That's a lot. All right. I like our little launch thing.
Yeah, that looks neat. So you're gonna notice here that track 2 looks an awful lot like track 1. It's not exactly the same, but they're actually like differently cut out portions of the same larger map.
Yep, it certainly looks like the first thing again. Okay, I have to ask, like, how did you come across this video game?
So actually, I want to thank the Retro Pals who are a bunch of streamers who do a bunch of retro stuff. In particular, they have YouTube series called PlayStation Year 1 and PlayStation Year 0, which cover like a bunch of like early launch PS1 games, and I just sort of saw this and it's like, wow, this certainly is a thing.
Gosh, it certainly does look like a thing. I think you are on the accurate... Wait, do you have to... Hold on, wait, I'm confused. What were you... Okay, never mind. I feel like that track took a direction and I was very unsure what just happened. I think you needed to go
the track went upwards and then I went up.
You know, that sounds really simple on paper.
Yeah, fair.
Does the floor push you up, or do you have to hit up?
No, I have to hit up. Otherwise I just sort of end up colliding into the scenery. I'm gonna be honest, I'm making this game look a lot more playable than it really is for most people.
You just might be the world's leading cosmic raceologist, as I mentioned before. I think there's something to this.
Yep.
Have you beaten this video game?
I've gotten close to beating this video game. I got to the last set of courses and then the power went out.
You know, that's a fitting end, honestly.
Yeah, and honestly, the last set of stages had a graphical effect that was kind of making me nauseous, so I think the power grid was just showing me mercy there.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, so I think the other notable game mechanic I hadn't mentioned is because you're moving around in full 3D space, the speed you go at is based on how close you are to the ground, which kind of makes sense because you're hovering above it, and and that's also why I'm staying really close to the ground most of the time. And honestly, for most of the game, the ground is going to be a bigger foe for you than the actual other racer you're racing against.
So I see trees that seem to not matter. Do the
Yeah, so most of the stuff sitting on the ground doesn't matter. You can fly right through it. There is some stuff that has collision, but not most of it.
I see these arches here and there. Do you get a bonus for flying through those?
No.
That's missed opportunities. I'm gonna write my senator about this.
Well, you know what you could do? You could write developer and publisher NeoRex, because they're actually still in business.
Oh. Good.
They just don't do games anymore.
Oh, I got really excited for a very brief moment. Like, oh, there's gotta be an HD sequel to this.
No. So they started off in the 80s as a company who did business software like inventory management systems, things like that. Nowadays they have a piece of business software called Bye Bye Time Card, which is like a time card replacement software. The logo is like a time card with wings. It's kind of cute. Honestly, I just want a sequel to this game where you can play as the flying time card from the Bye Bye Time Card logo. Is that too much to ask?
This is the crossover that the world deigns is needed.
Truly. Yeah, they also have a time management app called My Stats, which is available in English for iOS and Android. So if you're looking at this game and you're like, I really want an app from the developers of Cosmic Race to put on my phone, they have one for you.
I really appreciate that you've done a lot of research. It's like, this is...
Yeah.
What else has this made? Oh, time card software and an iOS app that doesn't help me.
Yeah, I have like a weird obsession with this game now. So if I'm speedrunning this after Big Bad Game-a-thon, you might want to stage it. You might want to get me some help.
I mean, you know me in bad games. The only help you're gonna get from me in this is not an intervention. It's like me cheering and hoping that this game gets everywhere.
Oh, I also hope this game gets everywhere. I feel like not enough people are familiar with the wonders of Cosmic Race.
It is certainly a wondrous game. I remember briefly having the Cuso Grande match on, and both the racers struggle to be on the track most of the time, let alone like finish a race.
Yeah, that's the typical Cosmic Race experience if you pick it up and try to play it for yourself.
Can you explode? There's a shield sled meter?
Yep. So I'm gonna show that off when I get done playing. So
perfect.
So if that hits 0, you get a game over. There's also a timer at the top there, so the longer you're out of the course, the longer that goes, and if that counts down all the way to 0, you just get an instant game over.
But you don't explode.
No.
Oh,
no.
That's good. Okay. I just noticed that the speed is measured in frames per second.
Yeah, it is correct.
I'm sure it stands for something else, but nope, it's FPS now.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's supposed to stand for, so yeah, we can just call it frames per second.
I'll was gonna say, you're like, oh, I wonder how much distance we've covered in like actual distance, and then I noticed that the distance in the speedometer does not make sense.
That is correct. It does not.
Fish per second.
Mm-hmm. Makes as sense as any other measure, really.
This is a wondrous thing. I can't stop looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of tell that these controls don't function just with the amount of effort you're putting into going into a straight line.
Yep.
It is a wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the D-pad do? What are we experiencing?
D-pad is just sort of strafing, like sort of leaning left or right.
Okay.
Or up or down.
And what turns you?
The face buttons.
What?
Yes!
What is this, Turok on the N64? We did it, though. We did 3 whole races. We finished stage... How many stages are there?
So there are 3 courses per stage, and there are 4 stages in the game. My run today is just stage 1, so we're pretty much at the end of our time here.
Well, GG then.
Yeah, thank you. So 2 things I want to show off real quick on my way out. So first, stage 2, it does actually have different graphics. You're underwater here.
I kind of really dig this a lot.
Yeah, this is a lot nicer. So stage 3, it has like pyramids and lava and things. Then stage 4, you're actually in outer space.
Oh, we got the cosmic part of Cosmic Race.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all in chat, the timer was going. It has reset since we completed the race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the other thing, the reason I don't do more of this is just because the tracks are super long. It's like out of 586 now. It'd take me another like 35 minutes just to do stage 2 alone. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have that much to say about Cosmic Race. I really don't.
This is tripping my fear of open water and being underwater like pretty intensely.
All right, so let's end it then the way I had to end all my other runs of it as I was practicing. So there's no way to just exit out. If you hit the pause button, start button, it just pauses and there's no soft reset or anything. So it's gonna do it for me. What I was gonna do is just crash until my shield meter runs out.
What? Because
that's the fastest way to reset back to the menu.
We tried. I like how it's just end, and that's it. Now that same button that gets you to the next race ends your game.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let this music play us out. So I'm LadyLenalia. You can find me. My info's probably on the right-hand side of the screen right now. I also do stuff with the Jank Science Theater crew. You can find us at Jank_Science_Theater on Twitch or at Jank Science on Twitter. Glitchwitch, do you have anything you want to plug?
I want to say thank you so much for having me and continue watching Big Bad Game-a-thon. I'll have things to plug when I do my own runs tomorrow morning.
All right, I'm looking forward to them. And please, if nothing else, stay here through Microsoft Excel so you can see how people speedrun Microsoft Excel. I know how, but I'm not gonna tell you. You're just gonna have to wait.
So long, friends.
Take care. Back to you, host.